good afternoon. Welcome to West Washington. We are so excited to be able to present Alice in Wonderland for all of you for our final performance this afternoon. It's been a wonderful weekend, we've had a wonderful run, and we expect nothing less this afternoon. A couple of things that I want to let everyone know about as we're getting ready for this performance. First of all, just some big thank yous. Thank you to our wonderful parent group who has organized and collected all of these wonderful items for our raffle. That is such a wonderful fundraiser for us. All of the costumes and the set and all of the royalties, that is something that Drama Club takes care of funding for our kids. And it's pretty expensive, so we are so thankful for them and all of their hard work because it allows us to have such a wonderful program for our students. Also, a big thank you to all of our kids' families and their parents, because we know that you've put in lots of work, just like these kids have, and you've adjusted to crazy schedules and getting the kids here early in the morning or picking them up late, and we're just so thankful for all of that. And for anyone who helped provide a meal or any of our snacks for this weekend, we are so thankful for that too. I was telling the kids earlier, I think it feels like we've been here for 96 hours straight, and it kind of is like that. So we are so thankful for that. Also, if anyone is interested in helping us clean up today after the show, we are also very thankful for you in advance and any help that you're able to give us as we clean up and get the space ready for school this coming week. We will be having our raffle drawings after intermission today. We do have a 15-minute intermission that happens in the middle of the show, and that'll be your last chance to enter. And then after that, these ladies over here will make sure that the drawing happens, and we will announce all of the winners after our curtain call today. We do have restrooms located out here in the hallway if you need to find them before intermission. And we also have some senior boards over here around the corner. You can check those out as you head toward the restroom. We have 12 seniors this year. It is the biggest number that we have ever had since I have been in charge of the program here at West Washington. I thought last year was going to be our biggest number, but turns out that we just keep growing and we have 12 seniors this year. So we're really proud of them and we're going to miss them so much. So make sure to check out their boards over here around the corner. And if everyone would please go ahead and silence your cell phones and get comfortable and enjoy Alice in Wonderland. It's a little bit tricky, but I think you'll like it.
supposed to escort her through the palace garden for the Queen of Hearts croquet tournament. If I'm late for that, the Queen is bound to chop off my head. That's the penalty for being late.
Oh dear. Let's see. Quite a few rabbits in my time, but never one watching on his neck. He must have gone down that rabbit hole. Quite a large rabbit hole. Big enough for me. No more than 2 feet tall! Oh, help! Help! Somebody help me! Whoa! Oh, I think I hit the bottom. For mine, at any rate. Oh, there's that rabbit again. Oh, Mr. Rabbit, I'm lost, and I have a horrible feeling that I've been shrinking. And you look quite larger than the last time I saw you.
All my ears and whiskers. I'll have to go back to the house. I forgot my gloves. Oh, will the Duchess be beside herself with fury? And the Queen of Hearts is bound to chop off my head. She'll like grab a steal me and put me into a pie.
Make way for Her Majesty! Make way for the Queen of Hearts!
My name is Alice, Your Majesty. At least it was when I got up this morning. So your name is Alice. I'm not fond of Alice. You must come to my garden this afternoon to play croquet. Well, thank you. I'm making tarts just for the occasion from my royal recipe. Oh, lovely. I'm very fond of tarts. At home, Mother always scolds me for helping myself. You want better not help yourself to my tarts? Stealing tarts is a capital offense. I always have an executioner close by to behead anyone caught stealing tarts. Oh, please don't behead me, Your Majesty. Everything's just very confusing today, and I'd like to go home and see Dinah. She's my cat. Impossible! Only royal persons are permitted to go home. You'll have to become a queen yourself before you'll be allowed to go. I must become Queen Alice? Just to go home? Certainly, you foolish girl. And you'll have many strange adventures along the way. Each adventure is a necessary step. First, you must journey across Wonderland until you get to the border of Looking Glass Land. Then, you must travel square across the giant chessboard until you get to the 8th row. Only then will you become a queen, and you may go anywhere you like. This sounds very difficult and confusing. But you had no business coming here in the first place. Yes, Your Majesty. Hold your tongue! get there, and don't be late. Oh, feeling punched.
Tally ho.
Yes, tally ho. Ah, goodness, tally ho. And she told me to mind my manners. Ah, goodness. Oh, how very curious everything is today. Well, there's that rabbit again. Mr. Rabbit!
Oh, it's you again. You've met the Queen of Hearts, have you? I'll wait till you're sorry now that you followed me here. She asked me to take your pen.
Yes, she did. But very discourteously.
I shouldn't go up, Irene. It's very dangerous to play games with her majesty.
But she said she'd punish me severely if I didn't go.
She will. Her majesty has a dreadful temper.
Oh, well, she told me not to be late, but she never told me what time to arrive.
Get there as soon as you can. The Queen will decide for herself whether you're late or not.
Oh, Mr. Rabbit, I shall start crying any minute. Will you please
No time, no time. Oh, will the Duchess be savage for I've kept you waiting? No time, no time, no time.
Mr. Rabbit, drop your gloves. Oh, stop crying. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. A big girl like you. You were just as usual yesterday. You must have changed during the night. But if I'm not who I was, then who am I? Oh, I know. I shall try and recite a poem I used to know. How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail, and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly he spreads his claws, and welcomes little fishes in his gently smiling jaws. That's not right. Oh, it's getting so slippery underfoot. I'll be wading in a pile of tears in no time. Help, someone help me.
Stop complaining.
Oh, there's a mouse. Oh, Mr. Mouse, could you please tell me the way out of this pond? Oh, you're not listening. Well, I know. I shall call for cat. Oh, cat! Oh, I beg your pardon.
Would you like cats if you were me?
Well, you should meet Dinah. She is a really nice cat. But are you very fond of dogs? Well, there's a nice dog in my neighborhood, and the farmer says that he's really good at catching rats. Well, please don't go away. We won't talk about cats or dogs anymore.
Let's get back to the shore. Then I'll tell you my history. You'll understand why I hate cats so much.
You promised to tell me your history. You know, why you hate C's and D's.
My history is a long and sad tale.
I can see why it's long, but why is it sad?
We lived beneath the mast, warm and snug and fat. But with one woe, and that was the cat. Her joys applaud, on her eyes above, on her hearts along, with a dog. When the cats are away, we might as well play. But alas, one day, so they say, between the dog and the cat, hunting for a rat. Each one, as they sat underneath the mat, warm, snug,
of bats. Think of that. You are not attending. On the contrary, I was paying close attention. You're just so easily offended. You can't talk to me like that. I shall walk out. Oh, please don't leave. Let this be a lesson to you. You never lose your temper. Oh. I wish Dinah were here. She'd get the cat back. You know, I think she's the best cat in the world. Oh, she's such a capital cat for catching mice. Oh, Dinah, I wonder if I'll ever see you again. No, hitting my head. Oh. Oh, someone's coming. I wonder if it's the mouse to finish the story.
The Duchess! The Duchess! Oh, my dear paws. Oh, my fur and whiskers. I'm going to be executed this year's carrots or carrots. Where could I drop them? Where are they? Where are they? Brought home this minute, investing in a pair of gloves. Quick now.
Wait! I have your glove right here. Only I knew what you were looking for.
Who are you?
Well, I don't really know who I am because I keep changing.
Explain yourself.
Well, I can't explain myself if I'm not myself. You see?
I don't see.
Well, being in so many different places is very confusing. And being two different sizes is bewildering. Is that any clearer?
Not a bit. Who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are.
Why? Come back. I have something important to say. Mind your temper.
Is that all?
No. So, you think you've changed, do you?
Well, yes. I can't remember things as I used to.
Can't remember what things.
Well, I tried to recite how doth thy busy bee, but it came out all wrong.
Repeat, you are old, Father William.
You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has grown very white, but yet you incessantly stand on your head. At this age, do you think it is right? In my youth, Father William replied, I feared it would enter the brain. But now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, I do it again and again. You are old, Father William, and one would hardly suppose that your eyes were as good as ever, but you balanced an eel on the end of your nose. Now what made you so awfully clever? I've answered one question, and that is enough, said the father. Don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Now go on, or I'll kick you down the stairs.
That is not said right.
Not quite right, I'm afraid.
It is wrong from beginning to end. What size do you want to be?
Well, I should be a few feet taller. 3 inches is such a wretched height to be.
It is a very good height indeed.
Well, I'm not used to it.
Whether you wish to grow tall or small, just break off a piece of the edge.
The edge of what?
The edge of the mushroom. It's a magic mushroom. Do as I say, girl.
This will make me grow bigger or smaller.
Whichever you like. Just nibble and wish.
Just nibble.
Not now.
But when? When?
When the time comes.
When will the time come?
Oh, you'll know. Now, tell me where you're going.
I'm going to the palace to play croquet.
Ha!
Why are you laughing at me?
Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Not if you ever want to go home.
And why do you say that?
Many who go to the palace never go home at all. They lose their heads over it.
I don't know that to anyone.
Oh, you'll be accused of something before the day is out. Mark my words. Let me give you some advice before you go.
Please do.
When the time comes, choose your wish. Choose your wish, my girl.
There's no sort of use in the knocking, and that's for 2 reasons. First, because I'm on the same side of the door as you are. Secondly, they're making such a noise in there no one could possibly hear you.
But how am I to get in?
There might be some sense in your knocking, if there's a door between us. For instance, if you're inside, you might knock, and I can let you out, you know?
But how am I to get in?
Are you to get in at all? That's the first question, you know?
Oh, it's so dreadful how these creatures argue. It's enough to drive one mad.
I shall sing here on and off for days and days.
But what am I to do?
Anything you like.
Oh, there's no use in talking to him. I shall have to go around to the back. These birds with pepper in that soup. Could you tell me why your cat breaks like that?
It's a Cheshire cat, that's why. Have you never heard the expression grinning like a Cheshire cat?
I didn't know cats could grin.
They all can, and they all do.
Well, I don't know any that do.
You don't know much, and that's a fact. Take that, get that! You stupid pig!
Must you hit your baby like that?
Yes, take that, get that!
I wish your cook would throw on the plates like that. It might hit the baby's precious nose.
Not your business.
Everybody just minds their own business. This world would go around a deal faster.
Well, no it wouldn't, because the Earth takes 24 hours to turn on its axis.
Talking of axis,
Chop off her head. Or is it 12?
Oh, don't bother me. I didn't like her again.
speak roughly to your little boy.
Beat him when he sneezes.
He only does it to
Boy, because
May I ask you a question, Your Grace?
You never stop asking questions. Are you going to the palace to play croquet? I've been invited.
So have I, and I was wondering if I could come with you.
White rabbit. Oh, you'll have to find your own. Little pig, here. You can nurse the baby. There you are, rabbit. And about time, too.
I beg your pardon, Your Grace. I was delayed.
You always are.
Oh, Mr. Rabbit, can I please come with you? I'm scared to go to the palace alone.
Better not go at all.
The Duchess is right, my dear. You see, the Queen of Hearts is already very angry with both of us. And if she sees you too, no good will come of it.
But what shall I do?
Attend some other party, child.
Oh. Well, at least I have this baby to look after.
If I don't look after it, they're sure to ruin it.
Don't grunt. That is not a proper way for a baby to express itself. Now, if you're going to act like a pig, I will have nothing to do with you. It is a pig! It would have made a dreadfully ugly baby, but I think it'll make a pretty handsome pig. Oh, need some bark out.
Brown, yeah.
Oh, Pussycat, they would take me with them to the palace. Could you tell me which way to go?
That depends on where to go.
I don't care where,
Then it doesn't matter which way you go.
but it must be somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that. If only you walk long enough.
Well, what sort of people live here?
To the east lives a Mad Hatter. To the west, a Mad March Hare. Visit either you like.
Well, I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad.
Well, how do you know I'm mad?
You must be. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
What a strange country.
Perfectly true. No one you meet here is quite what he seems. Even to himself. It's why they call it Wonderland.
It's such a frightening place.
Nobody will harm you.
Truly?
Yes, truly. Except, of course, the Queen of Hearts. She's the most bloodthirsty monarch to ever live. Make an enemy of her, and you're doomed.
That's what I was afraid of.
Are you really going to the palace?
Well, I may. Or I may not.
If you do go, you may see me there, or you may not. What became of the baby?
It turned into a pig.
I thought so. Did you say pig or fig?
I said pig.
Dumb.
And I wish you would quit appearing and vanishing so suddenly.
Bye-bye.
What a curious cat. And I hear cups crinkling and people laughing. The March Hare must be serving tea. Oh, I hope he's not raving mad. At least not as mad as he is in March. Since it's May. Oh, how uncomfortable for the poor dormouse. It's asleep, I think.
No! No!
room. Well, there's plenty of room.
Well, I'm the March Hare, he the Hatter, and that sleepy thing is the Dormouse. Have some wine.
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
Then it was very nice of you to offer
you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table.
Your hair needs cutting.
And you should learn not to make personal remarks. It's rude.
Why is a raven like a writing?
I believe I could guess that.
Do you mean you think you could find out the answer?
Exactly so.
Then why don't you say what you mean?
I do. At least I mean what I say, and that's the same thing.
Not the same thing a bit. Why, you might just as well say, I see what I eat, the same thing as I eat what I see.
You might just as well say that I like what I get is the same as I get what I like.
You might just as well say that I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same with you.
What day is it?
The 4th.
2 days wrong. I told you not to stuff butter in the gear!
But it was the best butter.
I don't understand.
The dormouse is asleep again. Of course, just as you wish.
Have you guessed the riddle yet? I give up. What's the answer? Well, I haven't the slightest idea.
Nor I.
Well, I think you ought to do better things in time than go around wasting it asking riddles that have no answer.
If you knew time as well as I do, you would not speak about wasting it. It's him.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you don't. I dare say you never even spoke to time.
But I know you have to beat time when you learn music.
Oh, that accounts for it. He won't stand beating. Now, if you'd only kept on good terms with him, he'd do almost anything you like for the class. For instance, suppose we're trying to begin lessons. You'd only have to whisper a hint to time. Round, round goes the clock to 1:30. Time for dinner! Move down!
Tell me what it was.
No, it isn't, because then I shouldn't be hungry.
Not at first, but you could keep it to 1:30 as long as you like.
That's what you manage.
Yes, we called last March just before he went mad. You know, it was at the great Queen of Hearts concert, and I had to sing. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. You know the poem, perhaps? Something like this. It goes on in this way. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little twinkle, twinkle. I sang that for a party once, and I barely made it to the first verse when the queen bawled out, "He's killing time off with his head! He's killing time!"
I'm savage.
Ever since Father Time won't do a thing I ask, it's always 4 o'clock by my watch.
Is that why there's so many teacups?
Yes, it's always tea time, with no time to wash the cups in between.
So I suppose you just keep moving down.
Exactly so, as things get used up.
But what happens when you get to the beginning again?
Suppose we change the subject. I vote the young lady tells the story.
Well, I'm afraid I don't know one.
Then the dormouse shout.
Wake
Wake
up,
up,
dormouse.
I wasn't asleep.
Tell us a story.
Please do.
And be quick about it, or you'll be asleep before it's done. Once upon a time, there were 3 little sisters, and their names were Elsie, and Lacey, and Tilly, and they lived at the bottom of the well.
What did they live on?
They lived on maple syrup,
Oh, then they must have been very ill.
so they were very ill.
Have some tea.
Well, I can't take more if I hadn't had any at all.
You mean you can't take less? It's very easy to take more than nothing.
And no one asked for your opinion.
But don't make personal remarks now!
Why did they live at the bottom of the well?
It was a syrup lump.
Well, why not?
That being the end, is Mousetrap, Sin, Moon, and Memory, and Muchness. You say things that are much of a muchness. Have you ever seen this in a drawing of a muchness?
Really? Now you ask me? Well, I don't know.
Then you should not speak of it!
You are much too rude. I should have never taken tea with you. I should have went to the Queen's garden party.
Do you mean to say that you were invited to play croquet?
I was, and you didn't go. I haven't yet.
Then you must go now!
Oh my gosh, you must go at once!
You know what could happen to us?
If you have antagonized Her Majesty, heads will roll!
Heads will roll.
How do I get to the palace?
Go up the hill, you'll find a big mulberry bush.
Then you go around the mulberry bush, we'll see the palace and the royal croquet ground.
You can't possibly miss it. Go on, hurry! The queen is waiting for you. Heads will roll.
Run as fast as I can. Oh, please don't drop off my head. Would you please tell me why you're painting those roses? What's your name, child? My name is Alice, Your Majesty. We met this morning. Alice, you Miss Moore. And who are these? How should I know? This is your croquet garden. Off with your head, I say!
Consider, my dear, she is just a child.
I forgive you on the grounds of you. Turn them over!
Yes, Auntie. I mean, yes, Your Royal Majesty.
Get them on that feet, the miserable wretches! Now, stop that ridiculous babbling! You make me giddy. Now, what have you been doing here? Off with their heads! Turn away! Do you play croquet, my dear? Yes, Your Majesty. Come along, then. In my court, we use flamingos for balance. So amusing, don't you agree? Is she really going to chop off their heads?
Well, yes. Fine day, isn't it?
I suppose. But where's the Duchess?
She's going to be executed.
Oh, good gracious, what for?
She punched Queen of Hearts in the nose. Quiet! The Queen will hear you. You see, the Duchess was late for the party, and the Queen was furious.
Ah, get her head! Ah! Oh, my
the Duchess. She'll know, but I don't know if she'll tell you. She's too upset about losing her head.
Where is that rubbish? I want you!
Coming!
Oh, you forget to how glad I am to see you, little old thing.
You're thinking about something, my dear, and that makes me forget to talk. I can't quite think what the moral of this is, but I shall remember her in a moment.
The queen is going to chop off your head. What's the moral in that?
Sunset, child. It's a moral if you can find it. How are you getting on? How do you like the queen?
Oh, not at all. She's so fond of beheading people. And the question is, if there's anyone left alive.
Did you know you broke her egg?
Not the way they play it here.
What do you think of me, my dear?
Well, when I'm a duchess, I won't have any pepper in my kitchen at all. Maybe it's pepper that makes people hot-tempered, and vinegar that makes them sour, and sugar cookies that make children sweet-tempered.
I've never lost my head before. And the moral of this is, love makes the world go round.
Oh, there. How fond you are of finding morals and things.
You're wondering why I don't know my armor. The thing is, I'm worried about the temper of your queen. Shall I try an experiment?
He might bite.
Very true. Well, think of the mustard. They both bite. And the moral of that is, birds of a feather flock together.
Except mustard isn't a bird.
Right. What if they're like you, just have a living thing?
It's a mineral, I think.
Of course it is. And there's a mineral mine right around here. And the moral of that is, the more there's in mine, the less there is indoors.
I think I'd understand it better if I had a reason back.
That's nothing to what I could say. My dear Majesty,
I give you fair warning. You must get ready for your execution, or I'll chop off your head! Have you met the mock turtle yet?
I don't even know what a mock turtle is.
It's the thing this mock turtle soup is made from. Go along and they'll tell you the story. Great.
Is that a mock turtle?
No, you foolish girl. That is a griffin. Stop your lazy thinking and take this girl to see the mock turtle. I must go see to the executions.
You heard what her Roman Majesty said. Come on.
Right. I've never been so happy to leave a place in all of my life. How far away is the mock turtle?
Not too much further.
Well, where does the turtle live?
In a forest of some kind.
But I thought he was a turtle.
Don't think too much about it.
What does he look like?
Ugly.
Is that why he's crying?
It's all in his head. Come on. This here young lady wants to hear your story.
Oh, Elmer. Sit down and don't speak a word until I've finished. Once I was a real turtle. When we were little, we went to school in the sea. The master was an old turtle. We used to call him Tortoise.
well, why did you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
We called him Tortoise because he was a teacher and he toured us. Really, you are very dull.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself for asking such a question.
We went to school in the sea, though you mayn't believe it.
I never said I didn't.
You did.
Hold your tongue.
We had the best of educations. In fact, we went to school every day.
I've been to day school too. You needn't be all proud as all that.
With extras?
Yes,
and wash it.
Well, certainly not.
Ah, then yours wasn't a really good school. Now, at our school, we had French, music, and washing extra.
But you shouldn't have needed it much. Living under the sea.
I couldn't afford to learn it. I had to take the regular course.
And what was that?
Reading and writing, of course, to begin with. And then the different branches of arithmetic. Ambition, distraction, multiplication, and division.
I've never heard of multiplication.
Never heard of uglification. Surely you know what to beautify is.
Of course I do. It means to make anything pretty.
Then, if you don't know what to uglify is, you are a simpleton.
How many hours a day did you attend school?
10 hours the first day, 9 the next, and so on.
What a curious plan.
It's why they're called lessons. They lesson from day to day.
So then the 11th day must have been a holiday?
Of course it was.
But how did you manage with 12?
Enough. Tell her about the games, will you?
Thank you. You may not have lived much under the sea,
I haven't.
and perhaps you were never introduced to a lobster.
Well, I once tasted... No, never.
Then you have no idea what a delightful thing a lobster quadrille is.
A quadrille.
Isn't that a dance? Would you like to see a little of it?
Oh, yes, please.
Come, let's dance the lobster quadrille. It can be managed without lobsters, you know.
But will the queen allow it?
We won't tell her.
You sing, I forgot the words.
Will you walk a little faster, set our white into a snail? There's a porpoise close behind us and he's treading on my tail. See how eagerly the lobsters and the turtles all advance. They are waiting on the shingle. Will you come and join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you, will you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you join the dance? You could really have no notion how delightful it will be when they take us up and throw us with the lobsters out to sea. The further off from England, the closer 'tis to France. Then turn our tail to love and still but fun and join the dance. Would not, could not, would not, could not, could not join the dance. Would not, could not, would not, could not, could not join the dance.
I like the funny part about the whiting.
Do you know why it's called a whiting?
No.
Because it polishes our boots.
The whiting polishes your boots?
What are yours done with?
Blacking, I believe.
Well, under the sea, all of our boots are polished with whiting. Now you know.
And what are they made of?
Soles and eels, of course. Any shrimp could have told you that.
If I had been the whiting in the song, I would have told the porpoise to keep back. We don't want you with us.
No wise fish would go anywhere without a porpoise.
Would it really?
Of course not. If a fish came to me and told me you were going on a journey, I would say, with what porpoise?
Stop, stop. Would you like to hear another song or do another dance?
Oh, a song, please.
No, accounting for personal tastes. Sing her the one about turtle soup.
Since from the evening, beautiful Sue, beautiful Sue, beautiful Sue, soup of the evening, beautiful Sue.
of hearts, and you are suspected of being a necessity after the fact.
But I've never met the Knave of Hearts.
Come along, quietly, or you shall be beheaded. March!
Hear ye, the trial's beginning, the trial's beginning.
Oh, I wish they get this trial over with and pass it on the parts. They look delicious. Silence in court. I would like to say that I am completely innocent of the charges brought against me.
Silence in court.
Harold, read the accusation.
The Queen of Hearts, she made a part, all on a summer day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole those parts and took them quite away.
And I had nothing to do with it.
Consider your verdict.
Not yet, not yet. There's a great deal to come before that.
Then you may call your first witness.
First witness, madman, madman.
Hurry up! We haven't come no day! I beg your pardon, Your Majesty. It isn't respectable to beg. I mean, I'm sorry for bringing these things. I haven't quite finished my tea. But when did you begin? 14 March, I think it was.
Actually, 50.
Jury, write that down!
Silence in court.
Witness, take off your hat! This isn't mine! I'm a poor man, Your Majesty, and the bread and butter getting so expensive and the twinkling of the tea tray.
The twinkling of what?
It began with the tea.
Of course, twinkling begins with a T. What do you take me for? A dunce? If that is all, you may stand down.
I can't go any lower. I'm on the floor as it is.
Then you may sit down.
I'd rather go home and finish my tea.
You may go.
Mark my words. She is a very peculiar young girl. Just the kind to go around stealing other people's toys. Suspicious! Very suspicious. She said at home she often helped herself to toys without permission. I think the girl ought to be beheaded on principle.
Consider your verdict.
There's a great deal to come before that, Your Majesty. I've just been handed this paper. Set of verses.
Suspicious!
Is it in the handwriting of either prisoner?
Not in mine. Not in mine.
Shall I read it anyway, Your Majesty?
Begin at the beginning and go on till the end. Then stop.
They told me you'd been to her and mentioned me to him. She gave me a good character, but said I could not swim.
This is the most important piece of evidence we've heard. Let the jury proceed.
If any of the jury can explain it, I'll give them 6 pence. I don't believe there's an atom of meaning in it. She doesn't believe there's an atom of meaning in it.
I seem to see some meaning in it. I said I could not swim. Can you swim?
Do I look like I could?
You heard him confess. Consider your verdict.
Now then! Take it first, later! That's illegal. Hold your tongue! Alice, I said hold your tongue! I won't. I said hold your tongue. Now! I won't do it! Off with the head!
Off with the head!
Off with the head!
Off with the head!
Rabbit, Duchess, help!
He lost the head.
have lost my way. I don't know what you mean by your way. I'm the Red Queen. All the ways about here belong to me. But why did you come here at all?
Well, I was wanting to see what your garden looked like.
When you say garden, I've seen gardens. Compared with which, this would be a wilderness.
And I was trying to get to the top of that hill.
When you say hill, I've seen hills. In comparison with which, you could call that a valley.
No, I wouldn't.
Because a hill can't be a valley.
It's nonsense.
I heard nonsense. Compared with which, that would be as sensible as a dictionary.
This must be looking glass land. It's laid out like a giant chessboard, being played all over the world. If it is a world at all. Wait. I know. If I can cross the chessboard, I can become queen. If I can become queen, I can go home.
That's easily managed. Once you reach the 8th square, you'll be a queen. Come on now. Faster!
I'm running as fast as I
Don't
can.
try to talk. Faster! Faster!
How much longer? It's getting cold.
You passed it 10 minutes ago. Now faster!
Oh, wait. You mean to say that we've been in the same place this whole time?
Of course we have.
In my country, when you run really fast for a really long time, you get somewhere else.
Here, you see, it takes all the running you can do just to stay in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you have to run at least twice as fast as that.
Oh, I'll never get home.
Remember, this is Looking Glass. You hold the word evil up too near, it simply lives spelled backwards.
I guess you're right.
Cheer up. Take another example. Look at this poetry.
It's backwards.
Of course it is. You come through the looking glass.
It's called Jabberwocky. 'Twas brilling and the slithy toads, they grind and brimble in the wave. All mimsy were the boric roads, and the moans ran out vague. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jub-jub bird, and shun the frumious Vandersnatch. And as in the uppish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whistling through the toldy wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3, and 3. The vorpal blazed and snicker snack, he left it dead, and in his head he went galumping back. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, it does to me. Perhaps we should run a little and clear away the cobwebs.
No, thank you. I'm quite done with running. I'm so hot and thirsty.
Have a dry biscuit. While you're refreshing yourself, I will just take the measurements. And at the end of 2 yards, we shall give you your directions. Have another biscuit?
Oh, no, thank you. One was quite enough.
Thirst quenched, I hope. I shall paste them before I forget them. 3, 4, and I must say goodbye at the end of 5. Here's how to cross the chessboard. Listen upon those 2 squares as first move, you know. Then you go very quickly through the 3rd square, and you'll find yourself in the 4th square in no time. But that square belongs to Tweedledum and Tweedledee. The 5th is mostly water, and the 6th belongs to Humpty Dumpty. You'll have to deal with him however you can. Have nothing to say?
I didn't know I was supposed to say anything just then.
The 7th is all forest, and in the 8th we'll be queens together. It's all feasting and fun. Off we go.
Oh, she can't run very fast.
Bye, my little dear.
the other hand, if you think we're alive, you ought to speak. Oh, I'm very sorry. I know what you're thinking, but is it so? No how? Contrariwise, if it was so, it could be. If it were so, it would be. If it isn't, it ain't. That's logic. Well, I was thinking which would be the best way to cross the chessboard. You like poetry? Some poetry. What should I recite to her? The Walrus and the Carpenter. That's the longest. Oh, if it's quite long, would you please tell me which way to go first? Sit down and listen. The walrus and the carpenter were walking on the strand. They wept like anything seen, such quantities of sand. If the way were clear, they said it would be grand. Sit down! The oysters come and walk with us, the walrus did beseech. A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk along the briny beach. If we can do more than 4 to give a hand to each. Sit down! 4 little oysters hurried up, all eager for a treat. Their coats were brushed, their faces washed, their shoes were clean and neat. And this was odd because you know they hadn't any feet. Sit down! 4 other oysters followed them, and yet another 4. And thick and fast and came the last, and more and more and more. All hopping through the frothy waves and scrambling to the shore. Sit down! The walrus and the carpenter walked a mile or so, and then they rested on a rock conveniently low. All the little oysters stood and waited in a row. Sit down! The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax and cabbages and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot and whether pigs have wings. Sit down! The walrus said, is what we chiefly need. Pepper and vinegar besides are very good indeed. Now if you're ready, oysters dear, we can begin to feed. How much longer? Sit down. But not us, the oysters cried, turning a little blue. After such kindness, that'd be dismal thing to do. The night is fine, the walrus said. Do you admire the view? Sit down. It seems a shame, the walrus said, to play them such a trick. After he brought them so far and made them chop so quick, the carpenter said nothing but the butter's right too thick. Sit down. I weep for you, the walrus said. I deeply sympathize. With sobs and tears he sorted out those of the largest size, holding his pocket handkerchief before his streaming eyes. One more verse. Oh, oyster, said the carpenter, you've had a pleasant run. Shall we be trotting home again? The answers came there none. And this was scarcely odd because it means everyone. I looked the walrus the best, because he was at least a little sorry for the poor oysters. He ain't one for the carpenter though. He held his pocket handkerchief in front so the carpenter couldn't see how many he had took. Oh, well, that's a very unpleasant tale. And would you please tell me which way to go? It's getting dark and I'm afraid it's going to rain. Don't get wet! Such dreadful creatures! Oh, I'm lost, and I do so need help. Oh, someone's shawl has been pulled off. Bread and butter, bread and butter, bread and butter! Am I addressing the White Queen? I call it undressing. Well, can I put your shawl straight for you? It's all out of timber. I've pinned it here, I've pinned it there, but there's just no pleasing it. Well, if you pin it all on one side, it's going to be crooked. Oh, dear. What state your hair is in. The brush got entangled in it, and I lost the comb yesterday. Oh, well, that's a little go.
It's very good jam.
Well, I don't want any today.
You couldn't even if you wanted to. The rule is jam tomorrow, jam yesterday, but never jam today.
But it must come to jam today sometime.
No, it can't. That's not the way it works.
I don't understand.
That's the effect of living backwards. It makes one a little giddy.
I've never heard of living backwards.
One's memory has one great advantage. It works both ways.
Well, my memory only works one way.
It's poor memory that only works backwards.
Well, what sort of things do you remember best?
Things that happen the week after next. For instance, now the Queen's messenger is in prison, and the trial won't begin until next Wednesday, and of course the crime comes last of all.
But suppose he never commits the crime.
That would be all the better, wouldn't it?
Of course it would be all the better, but not if he was still being punished.
You're wrong there at any rate. Were you ever punished?
Only for faults.
And you were better for it. I know.
Ow, ow! Well, have you cut your finger? Not yet. I soon shall. When?
When I go to pin my shawl again, the pin will come undone and
Oh,
let me help you. See, that accounts for bleeding. Now you understand the way things work around here.
why aren't you screaming now?
Well, I've done all the screaming already. What would be the point in doing it again?
Well, I'm glad it's getting lighter. I thought night was coming.
It must be nice being able to manage to be glad whenever you like.
It is. Except, not here. It's very different, and that makes me sad. Oh, don't go on like that. Consider anything, but just don't be sad. Can you stop yourself from crying by considering things?
Well, you can't do two things at once. Consider your age. How old are you?
7.5 exactly.
I'm 101, 5 months and a day.
I can't believe that.
Can't you?
Well, I can't believe impossible things.
When I was your age, I believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast.
Well, I hope your finger's better now.
Oh, much better. Better. Bread and butter, bread and butter, bread and butter, bread and butter!
Well, wait, I need directions! Reach the 8th square. I am determined that she will not be crowned a queen.
I won't, my dear, I won't.
Well then, stir your stop! Humpty Dumpty, Candy looks exactly like an egg.
It's very provoking to be called an egg.
Well, I said you looked like an egg. And some eggs are very pretty, you know.
And some people have no more sense than a baby.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Now, the last line is far too long for the poetry.
Don't stand chattering to yourself. Tell me your name and your business.
My name is Alice, and I'm crossing the chessboard to become a queen.
Alice? That's a stupid name. What does it even mean?
Does a name have to mean something?
Of course! My name means the shape that I am. In a very handsome shape it is to be. With a name like yours, you might be any shape.
Why do you sit on the wall all alone?
Why? Because there's nobody with me. Did you think I didn't know the answer to that? Ask me another.
Well, don't you think you'd be safer on the ground?
Of course I don't. Even if I did fall off, which there's no chance of, the king himself has promised.
To send all of his horses and all of his men to put you back together again.
You've been listening to those people.
No, I haven't. It's in a book.
birthdays have you?
1,
And if you take 1 from 365, what remains?
364, of course.
That shows that there are 364 days when you might get one birthday present. There's glory for you.
I don't know what you mean by glory.
Of course you don't. I meant there's a nice knockdown argument for you.
But glory doesn't mean a nice knockdown argument.
When I use a word, it means what I choose it to. Neither more nor less.
The question is whether you can make words mean different things.
The question is, which is to be mastered? Impenetrability. That's what I say.
Well, if you're so good at describing words, could you please tell me what the poem Jabberwocky means?
I could if I choose. I could explain all the poems that were ever invented. A good many that haven't yet, but instead I'll give you a piece of advice.
Thank you.
Listen carefully, because this is very important. I sent a message to the fish. I told them this is what I wish. The little fish's answer was, we cannot do it, sir, because.
That's your advice?
The important part is coming. Then someone came to me and said, the little fishes are in bed. I took a corkscrew from the shelf. I went to wake them up myself. But when I found the door was locked, I pushed the holding things and knocked. But when I found the door was locked, I tried to turn the handle, but.
Is that it?
So my advice is. Run! Run for your life!
What?
It's the way of life! Run!
my head, to the looking glass creatures, whatever they be. Come and dine with the Red Queen, the White Queen, and me,
So fill up your glasses as quick as you can.
and sprinkle the table with buttons and brick.
Put cats in the coffee and mice in the tea.
And welcome Queen Alice with 30 times 3.
With 30 times 3, with 30 times 3, and welcome Queen Alice with 30 times 3.
Oh, looking glass creatures, I beg you draw near. Was a favor to have you, was an honor to hear, was a privilege high to have dinner and tea, along with the Red Queen, the White Queen, and me.
So fill up your glasses with syrup and egg.
And anything else that is pleasant to drink.
Mix sand with the cider and wool with the wine.
And welcome Queen Alice with 90 times 9.
With 90 times 9, with 90 times 9, and welcome Queen Alice with 90 times 9.
I know that soon I will wake up in my chair by the fireside with a small black kitten in my lap, knowing that all of this was a dream that I will never, not ever, forget my magical time at Wonderland.
All right, so you guys picked the lucky Sunday show where we get to honor our seniors who just almost all of them ran away. Come on back out here, seniors. Okay. So this is our fall production, and if you're new to West Washington Theater, the fall production is special to us, but not nearly as special to us as our spring musical. So we won't get too sentimental because we'll save all of our big senior sentimental stuff for the spring. But we do not want to let this opportunity slip by to recognize these kids because they're awesome. So I'll just go in order for the way I have my cards. So our first senior we're going to recognize is Axel McKillop. And Axel has been on stage as an actor, but also he has really found his spot backstage. He's one of our crew people that we really rely on, and we are so proud of him. He's worked so hard this show and done a lot of crazy things, and just been like, okay, well, that's what we're going to do to get this crazy show out there. And so we're just really proud of him. And then we have Elise. Elise is our foreign exchange student this year. She is from Brussels, Belgium? Or just Belgium? Just Belgium, okay. And she decided that she wanted to give theater a try, and we have just loved having her with us. And she spent lots and lots of time painting this set and working backstage, and we have really enjoyed having her and hope that she will be back with us in the spring. And then we have Avon Ewing. Avon is someone who really surprised me because he was so quiet in class. I think that all Avon did when I had him in class was quietly read his book. And he came out and decided he wanted to do backstage stuff for us. And I thought, well, that's perfect, you know. Avon's really quiet. But then the next show, he said, no, I think I want to audition for a part on stage. And he got one. And all of a sudden, he was like the scariest murderer that I have ever seen in my life. Like, he just like morphed into someone I'd never seen. And ever since, he's just fallen in love with it. And we're so proud of him and his ability to change into different characters at any given moment. And then he's not down here, and he can come down if he wants, don't trip. But up in our booth, we have Scotty Cole, and Scotty is the spotlight extraordinaire. He's the only one running our spotlights. We have two. I don't even understand how he does it, but he manages to run two spotlights at the same time and do it flawlessly. He knows more about those spotlights than anybody here. He's going to have to train someone because I tell him, hey, can those spotlights do that? And he's like, absolutely. How many colors do you want them to be? And I'm like, I didn't even know it could be that many colors. He's like, yeah, I got this. He even saved us one time. Our lights quit working one show in the middle of the performance, and he just turned on those spotlights as big as he could get them, and he lit everybody up until we got it fixed. So we love our Scotty. Logan Collins. Aw. Well, that was precious. Logan, look, did I make you join? Were you one of my kids that I said? Okay. I thought so. Sometimes I just find kids in the hallway and I say, hey, guess what? You're in drama. And I guess Ellie did that with Logan, and we have loved having him. We didn't even know he could sing his first year that he was in it, and then the next year he was like, hey, I'm going to sing this song. We're like, what? So we are so proud of Logan, and what you guys don't know is that we had planned from the beginning for the Cheshire Cat to be a puppet, and for Logan just to be the voice of the cat. And then one day during rehearsal, he was reading his lines, like doing his lines, and we were kind of working through this puppet thing, and he was just laying in the gym floor. And we saw him, and we were like, we can't do a puppet. He is the Cheshire Cat. He's just laying there on the floor being the cat. So we are just so proud of him. He has that ability to just change into whatever we ask him to be. And then we've also dyed him pink. We are so sorry, everyone who has to look at him with his pink face. And then we have Abby Ferguson. And Abby was just so loud, being the scariest queen you've ever seen. But Abby is such a quiet girl, and it has been such a joy to watch her go from the shyest little person to this young woman who is so confident on stage and off stage. Like, I have no doubt that Abby's going to go out and change the world because she has just the most confidence that I have ever seen, and I have really enjoyed watching her grow. And then we have another one who's up in the booth, Mr. Gavin Mancini. Gavin is our sound man. Mrs. Ledgerwood has taken him under her wing and taught him all the things that she knows, and it's a lot. And so he has done such a great job, and we're so thankful to have him. And I know she's thankful to have somebody up there to be her right-hand man, and Gavin has done such a great job with that. He just knows all sorts of things about sound that I don't know. And then we have Miss Emma Meredith. And we are so proud of Emma. Emma's another one who's been a little bit quiet, and then this show was really kind of her big moment to step out. We gave her the turtle, and then we said, hey, guess what? This isn't a musical, but you have to sing. And why don't you play a ukulele? Can you play a ukulele? She's like, yeah, I can do it. And she just made it happen. Like, and I go around singing her song about soup all the time. I'm really sorry, students, because I'm going to sing it in class. Because Emma did such a great job with that and made it so memorable, and we are just so proud of her. And then we have Mr. Daniel Miner. And Daniel just joined us last year, and I think I wanted you to join a long time ago, didn't I, Daniel? And you're like, no, it's not for me. And then he finally came out and joined us last year, and now I think that he's obsessed with theater. And it's one of his favorite things, and he is so pumped about The Little Mermaid. That's our spring show. And we are so proud of Daniel, and he has just really grown, and he's another one who can be just absolutely anything. I think that I could ask him to come up with a character and an accent right now, and he could do it without even having to think twice. And so we are just so proud of you, Daniel, and all the life you bring to the stage. And then we have Miss Lacey Webb. And Lacey has been with us for a long time. And she is just look at that smile. She is such a happy young woman. And she brings such joy to this cast. Like, she just loves everyone and sets such a great example. Like, she took her little twin, Kinsey, under her wing for this show, and she's just taught her everything that she knows, and she's just such a bright light for all of us, and we just love her so much. And then way down at the end, we got Miss Paige Woodford. And Paige had to step into some big shoes this year as our stage manager, and she's done such a great job. That is a hard job, and it requires so much organization and making sure that everything backstage is just working at tip-top shape. And she is a quiet girl, but when she has had to step up and let people know that business needs to get done, she has done just that. And we are so proud of her and her ability to make things run smoothly. And then we have our Ellie Struther. And we are so proud of Ellie. And this girl, she had a big job in this show. I don't think she was maybe off stage this entire time for like 3 seconds. And she had so many lines, and she just had so much to do. And she has never shied away from having a big job. She is the type of person who says, what do you need us to do, okay, that we can do it, no matter how hard it is. And we are so proud of her, and we're going to miss her a lot next year. We'll miss all of them a lot, but I think about Ellie specifically because I had her older brother in drama, I think when I very first started. And so Ellie's been in this gym with me ever since I started doing this. So I'm having a hard time with Ellie being a senior because in my brain she's like 7. She's not anymore. She's grown up. All these kids have grown up into such fine young men and young women, and we love them so much, and we are so proud of them, and we can't wait to do our spring musical with them, so you all better show up.
Yeah, thank you. We have flowers for all of our lovely directors. Yes, is Abby on as well?
I also be on the application team. Because they work so hard, and they're here all the time for a million years, and we don't have to be here for a million years because they do everything.
Because they stay extra like 5 hours after practice is over.
You're back.
And they just live at school. And we could not do any of this without them. We just love them all so much.
Yes, we do have raffle winners, so I won't cry because I'll be too happy to announce to all these people that they won all of this awesome stuff. Okay, so Mary Ann, do you want them to come meet you over here? Okay. All right, so if you're a winner, you can come meet Mary Ann and Miss Trish over here, and they will get all of your stuff. And I'm gonna have to turn these black lights off to be able to read this. Okay. Okay, so the number 6 blanket and candle, that goes to Jessica Nance. The Mary Kay basket is Mason Guthrie. Oh, Mason's going somewhere. The cookie cutters and the tea set go to Eva White. The Savage Boutique gift certificate goes to the Perkisers. And then the other Savage Boutique gift card goes to Jackie Meredith. The eyeshadow palette goes to Cassie Cole. The Alice in Wonderland cat and mug goes to Zona Collins. The Alice in Wonderland hand towel and bag goes to Cannery. The Campbellsburg hardware items go to Jared Davis. The goat soap basket goes to Sarah Burks. The $100 Amazon gift card goes to Chase Struther, or Chase S, sorry. It might be Struther, it might be somebody else. Adrian Brooks Salon Haircut and Shampoo goes to Sharon Gibson. The fall basket goes to Doc Reeser. Link's clothing gift certificate goes to, me. The Christmas wreath goes to Helen Ledgerwood. The Stewart Automotive oil change is Debbie Batt. The Bourne gift certificate goes to Mary Lambert. The Florence's Flowers Shaved Ice goes to Lennon Nice. And a second one goes to Shonda Kellner. The candle and blanket basket from Perkiser Insurance goes to Karen Harlow. Nice's dinner gift card goes to Shirley. Alice in Wonderland gift basket goes to M. Baker. 2 tickets to the IU Purdue football game go to Mrs. Reed. The Sammy Nance photography gift certificate, one of those goes to Joanna Ferguson, and the second one goes to Doc Reeser. The Reeser's Chiropractic 1-hour massage also goes to Mrs. Reed. The Alice in Wonderland cup goes to Diana Cole. The Mosier Chiropractic 30-minute massage goes to Misty Deaton. The Salem Speedway tickets, a set of those go to Mason Guthrie. Another set go to Cassie Cole, and the final set goes to Tina Lambert. I think that that's everything. So thank you all so much for being here. Once again, thank you to all of these awesome kids. And we hope to see all of you in the spring with our big musical, The Little Mermaid. And if you want to stay and help clean up, we would love to have you. And I'm not sure if anyone's over there, but we don't have anyone to flip the lights on. So if someone would be so kind, we would appreciate it. Thank you all.